Hey guys, John P.I. here, and today is December 22nd, 2016, and right now Bitcoin is starting to moon. It is starting to appreciate quite a bit. I mean, it's starting to really gain some value. I've got $8,953 in Bitcoin at the moment. Let's take a look at the exchange, and let's take a look at the chart here, and let's just see what we're seeing. Look at this slope right now on Bitcoin. I mean, they're just piling in. There's a bunch of sheep coming in here right now, and they're all going to get slaughtered. That's just the way this thing works. I mean, if you guys have been in crypto for any length of time, you're going to see, how these things go. There's been a lot of us that have been calling for Bitcoin to appreciate in value for quite a while now, and now it looks like it's taking off here right now. Just within the past month alone, since I started recording some of these videos, I mean, look, it's gone from $732 now up to $839 within just a month. I've been taking profits. I've been buying in and out of here all along the way and taking profits. Right now, anybody who's probably, by the time you watch this video, it's going to be already too late. I mean, it's December 22nd now. I would say within the next 3-4 days, we're going to see a big price correction here on Bitcoin, and I'm thinking there's going to be a pretty big sell-off. It's going to pump up right now. I mean, I think there's a lot of sheep coming in here right now that are really pumping in some volume of money, making the Bitcoin value go up. But, there's people out there that are saying, yeah, $1 million of Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. It ain't never going to $1 million of Bitcoin. Every time it gets high, there's always going to be people that are going to be pulling out their profits. Okay? I mean, this thing is like the biggest damn Ponzi scheme in the world right now. I mean, really, that's what the stock market is. I mean, when you look at the stock market, for example, what is it? It's a bunch of people who pile in with all their investments. They're speculating on a stock, and they appreciate, or they can also go down. You have to make sure that you're on the right side of the trade. Bitcoin right now, it's surging, and it's got a pretty nice arc on it right now. I'm guessing we're going to hit probably $1,000 of Bitcoin before New Year's Eve. That's pretty much one of my predictions right now. I'd say probably within the next few days here, we're going to hit probably $1,000 of Bitcoin. So my profit, I'm going to try to hold on as long as I can, but I don't want to get wiped out neither. So I've got 8,957. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to maybe get this up to maybe 10, 11, 12,000, maybe $3,000 profit, and then I'll pull back everything else that I invested, the 8,500. I'll take that out and leave behind just what just the earnings, the profit that I made. So I'll leave behind the profit that I made, and I'll keep that in Bitcoin. And I'll wait for the price of Bitcoin to crash after the correction, and then I'll go back in and I'll buy more Bitcoin with my profit money, with my original 8,500 after the Bitcoin has crashed. And then I'll start looking for other currencies like Ethereum or some of these other cryptocurrencies that I might want to trade in. Now, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart here for a moment. And here's what you're going to see, folks. I mean, look, right now, Bitcoin, here's what happens. I mean, right now, Bitcoin is surging. So, it's just blood in the streets over here. Look at all this red. Because Bitcoin is surging, all the altcoins take a pounding. Look at this. Blood. Oh, bloody. Alright. All these guys are getting murdered because Bitcoin's appreciating in value right now. Big time. It's shooting up. This thing might go parabolic here pretty quickly. It could possibly even go, if it gets really, really nuts and people start piling in, it could go probably maybe $1,300 of Bitcoin within just I don't know, a week or two. I'd say within a week we're probably going to get a big sell-off, though. Within 3 to 5 days we'll get a big sell-off. Um, and we'll get a bit of a price correction, but there's going to be still people coming in and piling back in. This thing's going to go, it's going to take a huge dive here pretty soon. So the key is I'm not going to get too greedy. If I get too greedy and I'm sitting there holding, eventually, it's going to crash. It's going to crash. I mean, it's never going to get to 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 of Bitcoin. Maybe in 10 years, yes. If you want to hold on that long, but you could be taking profits right along the way by trading like I'm talking about right now. You put in 8,500 right now. You see the price going pretty high. I mean, just today alone, if I go to, I've already put in my trade here over at coin tracking. So I've already put in my trade for the trade that I did today. 1222, spent 5,500. I already had some Bitcoin. I already had like three or four Bitcoins before I started today. I'd sold some last week and took some profits. But here, I spent $5,500 on some Bitcoin today, and I still had a few other Bitcoins from before, so that's why now I have 10 Bitcoins over here. Just today alone, it's already gone up and made me a profit of $487. I'm not going to get too greedy. Once this thing gets up to maybe like 2-3 grand, I'm pulling out. I'm taking all my $8,500 worth back out, and then I'll wait for the price to crash, and then I'll buy back in when the price crashes. So I mean, also, take a look at some of these other altcoins here for a moment. So US dollar to Ethereum is really going down right now. So everybody's pulling out of Ethereum with the US dollar match here. So after Bitcoin's done appreciating, after I sell the Bitcoin and transfer my Bitcoin to USDT, within the next few days, this might be down to like $6.50, possibly maybe $6.50, $6 per Ethereum coin, which would be a great time to buy Ethereum. It's if it's just got a big correction because of Bitcoin going up, everybody's pulling out of the altcoins and going into Bitcoin. So it's going down right now. I would say probably within another 4 or 5 days after Bitcoin keeps on appreciating, people are going to pull out. Bitcoin's going to crash, and Ethereum's going down right now because of all the appreciation with Bitcoin. It may be even a beneficial trade to trade from Bitcoin straight into Ethereum when you get out of Bitcoin. It might be a good trade just to go straight into Ethereum, just because Ethereum's going down compared to the US dollar, and Bitcoin is going up. So let's find Ethereum here, the Bitcoin Ethereum match. Where's it at? There's so many in here. It's just complete murder. Look at this carnage here. Damn, I can't even find it. I just search for it there. ETH. Okay, so ETH and Bitcoin match. Look what we've got. We got 2 days. Let's look at the 24-hour. It's taking a hit right now. It's going down. And this is because Bitcoin's appreciating. Everybody's getting out of the altcoins and trying to go into Bitcoin because they see Bitcoin mooning. this is what's going on right now in the trading markets. Uh, you've got to be on the right side of the trade, though. I mean, get out. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. I mean, wait until it appreciates. Put in your investment, and wait until it appreciates, and get out. Make sure you sell off at the right time, because it's not going to go to $1,000,000. I mean, you're trading against all these other people out there too. Don't start thinking these crazy thoughts like, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. It's going to go to $1,000,000. Yeah, I wish it would, but it's not going to happen. So, I mean, let's take a look. That's what you want to see. I mean, look at this. Look at this chart here. Just in the past 24 hours, I mean, look how much this has gone up already. It's gone from this morning, actually way earlier this morning. Might have to go to 2 days. I mean, just 2 days ago, it was at 794. And I was watching this thing. I knew once it started going over 800, I knew this thing was going to take off. And sure enough, that's what happened. I mean, ever since we've crossed that 800, we've just got loads of sheep coming in right now. I mean, there's tons of people dropping tons of money right now. You look at the buy orders. Look at over here on Bitstamp. Look at the buy orders over here on Bitstamp. You've got people dropping $13,000. Earlier, I was seeing people buying 100 coins, 70, 90, $100,000. So I do like this chart though. This is pretty nice. Being able to see the top 7 buyers. So let me just say, I mean, most of you guys, by the time you guys are watching this video, if you guys haven't been watching my previous videos, I've been telling you guys to get into Bitcoin. I hope some of you did. If you didn't, you missed the boat. It's already. I wouldn't go in and start piling in a bunch of money right now, because now you've got a bunch of sheep coming in here, and these guys are going to get killed. I mean, they're just going to get killed. You've got to get in on these things early, man. I mean, when the price is low, you got to buy low and sell high. Make sure you always got a good hand. Always make sure you got a good hand. You know, don't put in more than you can afford to lose, and make sure you know when you're going to get out. I mean, one of the other things that I've noticed here is I've been looking at the market caps here for Bitcoin. Let's see, I haven't refreshed this in a few hours, but 13,774 or 13,574,000,000. Sorry. There we go. 13,595,000,000. You know, I've been watching this thing over the past couple of weeks, and I've already seen this market cap rise by at least $1 billion just within the past 3-4 weeks. This thing's continuing to climb right now. This thing, Bitcoin, could possibly go to the moon. But just as fast as it goes to the moon, it's going to come right back down. I can guarantee you that. It's going to come right back down. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is, right now we're seeing a little bit of retractment come in. It's at 840. I think it will probably still keep going up, but I want to set a stop limit just to protect myself a little bit. So if this thing drops to, say, 830, if it drops to 830 at Bitcoin, we'll place our trigger at 830, and then our limit is going to be 829, maybe 828. Okay, and the amount of Bitcoin is going to be 10.601 888.873. Okay, and we'll place the sell order. Submit. Okay, so now we have a stop limit order placed. So if the price drops, right now it's at 839. If the price drops to 830, it's going to trigger our sell order at 828. Okay, we've got a bunch of buy orders coming in. You can see all the orders coming up right now. The buy orders are going crazy. Here you can see there's a lot of buy demand still here. So it's probably most likely still going to keep going up for the short term. I'd say probably 1,000 by New Year's. So within the next 8-9 days, it's probably going to go to 1,000. I can imagine it's probably going to go a little bit up and down here and there. I don't think it's going to fluctuate more than, with this kind of buy demand right now, I don't think it's going to fluctuate more than, say, $10 per Bitcoin for the time being, and then it's going to crash. Once it probably gets to about 900 to 1,000, that's when I need to start really thinking about possibly pulling out. Depending upon what I see, I mean, I'm sure there's got to be some sort of correction that comes here soon. You can't get greedy. If you get greedy, I'm going to get killed. They're going to clean me out. They're going to take all my money. I mean, essentially that's what you're doing. I mean, every time I'm on the winning side of a trade, basically I'm taking everybody else's money. I mean, that's just the way this is. I mean, even stock trading is just like that, just as well. I mean, this is a big, gigantic Ponzi scheme, that's global pretty much right now. I mean, it's like, I kind of look at it like a Ponzi scheme because, Ponzi schemes, it's like, okay, you get in early on a Ponzi scheme, and people in Ponzi schemes, if you get in early enough, they do make money. But eventually the Ponzi scheme goes bust. It's a bubble, right? It busts. Same thing here. I mean, this is cryptocurrency trading. It's all about timing. You get in on the right time, you hold out, and you take your profits. People are going to win, some are going to lose. So it's all about timing, making sure that you have a good, strong hand in the trade. Make sure that you're not one of the sheep, okay? That's basically really what it all boils down to, folks. I mean, making sure that you get in at the right time and make sure you get out at the right time too. So when you make a trade, make sure you also know when you're going to get out. So right now, that's why I'm saying I'm making a trade. I made a trade earlier today, $805, $806, and even before that, I was buying bitcoins. I bought some bitcoins before, like 770. I took some profits. 735. I bought once at 735, and then I took some profits at like 770, and then I bought again at like 780, and then I took some profits again at like Then I bought back in at like 806. Okay, so I mean, I've been scaling up a little bit and taking some profits along the way, and that's the way you got to do it. Otherwise, you're going to get killed. I mean, if you're going to pile in, 20, 30, 40 grand in here all at once at a high price point, if you're coming in now, like look at this arc. Look at this arc right now. It's going up. If you're coming in now, you're going to get killed. You need to be coming in down here. Buy low, sell high. When everybody else is greedy, get fearful. Okay? When everybody else is fearful, get greedy. That's just, I'm telling you, this is the way you need to. This is the way you need to play. Make sure you have a good game plan. So I mean, there's a lot of money that you guys can be making here from cryptocurrency trading, but you got to get in on the right time. When you start seeing an arc like this, you're down here and you start seeing it curl up a little bit like that, maybe right around about in here, which is exactly right where I bought in. I start seeing this curl up here. That's why I bought in right here, about 805, somewhere right around here. And so now I see it starting to curl up, and now I'm just going to hold out and wait and take some profit. That's the best thing I can do. Now, if I continue to watch this over the next week and it still keeps climbing, I may add in a little bit more. I may add in another 2-3 grand, 4 grand. I've got to see, I got to look at what the market's doing in come 1 week's time. But right now, I'm not going to put in any more. It's already climbed quite a bit just in one day today. It's already gone, from 800 all the way up to 840. It's already gone up quite a bit today, almost 4 or 5% in a single day. So I'm just going to hold off for a little bit. Wait for another week, wait for the market to correct a little bit, give me some signs, and then I'll make a different type of trade. Most likely I'll end up selling what I have to take my profit. But if it keeps climbing, then maybe I might want to put in a little bit more. I'll put in maybe, 1 or 2,000, maybe not too much, just maybe 1 or 2,000. I mean, who knows? This thing could go to 3,000, but I don't want to get too greedy. Even if you look here at the all-time charts, the all-time charts is for the most part, even for since what is this day? Ever since even March of this year, it was at $270 some, and it's been going up ever since. So who knows where Bitcoin's going right now? It could go $3,000 a Bitcoin. But at some point, this thing is going to crash, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be freaking carnage, man. There's going to be a ton of people that are going to get wiped out. So make sure you place your stop limits. Make sure you take a profit at the right time. I mean, there's a lot of sheep coming into Bitcoin right now. I mean, a lot of sheep. They're just piling in money right now. So, get out there and start making your trades, guys. Don't get too greedy. Don't get too greedy, man. You get greedy, we're gonna get wiped out. So here you can see just a couple minutes later, they just had a $30,000 trade just come through, $16,000 trade, $14,000 trade, $5,000, $6,000. There's a lot of sheep. 17,000. Wow. There's a lot of sheep coming in here right now into Bitcoin. Look at this. Look at the volume right here. Look. Let's take a look at this 24-hour chart. Look at this big. Look how many people are coming in right now. Yeah, we just had a big volume spike right there. Jumped up $5 on a single 5-minute bar. And look at the arc. It's still turning green down here, so we're still climbing. This thing's probably winning, I'd say right now we're sitting at 8:45. It's 1:43 a.m. on 12/22nd, December 22nd, 2016. I'd say within the next few hours we're going to break 850, 860, 870. Probably, I'd say 870 probably by 8 hours from now, probably, at the rate it's going. I mean, there's a lot of people coming in right now dropping big loads of money. So, I don't know. I mean, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys can catch the next one. There's going to be plenty more. There's going to be plenty more pumps and dumps, if that's what you want to call them. It's trading. You can call it what you want. If you want to call it a pump and dump, you want to call it a Ponzi, call it whatever you want. I know some people here are going to say, oh, it's a scam, but I tell you what, there's a lot of people out there right now that are talking very big and heavy right now about Bitcoin. You look at Donald Trump's whole entire cabinet right now. He's picking all Bitcoin supporters. Peter Thiel, the creator of BitPay. He's got him on his cabinet. He's been reaching out to Elon Musk, asking Elon Musk what he thinks about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's here to stay. I mean, it's this thing's going to take off, And what price it goes to, who knows? I mean, it could go to $10,000. I don't see that happening, right here, right now, in the immediate future. I mean, if you bought bitcoins and you held on to them and you sat on them for quite a while, 5-10 years from now, then yeah, they could probably worth $10,000-$15,000 a bitcoin. Um, but at the same time, if you're making the right trades in and out over the next 3, 4, 5 years, you could make far more money and you could buy far more bitcoins. You're basically, if you're on the right side of the trade, you're going to be taking all these other people's money, and then you take that money, and when Bitcoin crashes, you buy back in at a low price, and you buy more and more Bitcoin and work your way up from there. Then 5-10 years from now, you have 1,000 bitcoins that you've racked up from doing all these little trades at the right time and pulling out at the right time, taking your profits before it crashes, and you're putting all that money into your accounts and then buying back into Bitcoin at a cheap price. That's the way you want to go. So I'll try to keep you guys updated on this, but if you guys are going to pile in on this thing, I don't. It's already went up quite a bit already, so I wouldn't be putting a whole lot of money into this right now. Now, to be honest with you, I just sent off a pretty big wire myself, but I'm going to be very cautious with that money. I'm not going to put it into Bitcoin yet. Even though I see Bitcoin shooting off right now, I know I can't, because I can't be greedy. I gotta be, I got in at a alright decent price, with my $8,500. I can't go be greedy and dump in another $20,000 into this thing at the wrong time. You know, Maybe little by little, if it still keeps on climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, then yes, maybe I will put in a little bit more. A little bit more. Alright? But I got to really feel it out and make sure I make a very level headed decision. I've got my stop order placed down here, so if it drops a bit and it crashes, down to 830, it's going to start selling to 828. It's already came up to 846, so now I might want to readjust this. I might want to say, okay, matter of fact, you know what? If it's already come up to 846, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and readjust this. Let's say 839. So it's already just come up $10 since I placed my last stop order, almost. Maybe a good $7-8 it came up already since I placed my last stop order. So let's say 839, 837. Okay. And the amount I want to sell is 10.061 88863, and we want to sell. Okay, so if the price falls to 839, which is, if it falls, damn, it just in the time we was talking, it already jumped 43 cents. All right, so I think this is good right here. So if it drops another $6.43, $7.43, then it will start selling at 837. Sell. Submit. Stop order placed. And so now my order is placed down here. So now if it starts dropping, we'll start taking profits.